Welcome back, everyone. I can assure you this is still a woodworking channel, but in order to get to the wood shop, you first have to walk past this stuff. So I figured might as well start making some videos on it if we're going to work on it. So there will be wood stuff coming. Just give me a little time. If you clicked on this because of the Foxbody that blew up, I'll get to that in just a second. And if you're following me because of my Bronco COYOTE swap, I'll get to that even also after that. So let's get started. So this is my 1993 Mustang that I've had for just a hair over 6 years now. And it has always, since I've had it, been a turbocharged 302. And I've done a lot of stuff to it since I've owned it though. So I'll give you a quick walk around tour of that after I finish pushing it out of the garage because it no longer runs. So this was a stock bottom end 302. Has Promax aluminum 180cc runner heads, trick flow stage 1 cam, a ported Explorer intake, and a home built turbo kit, kind of loosely based off of what you'd see in an on3 setup. So when I bought the car a few years ago, it had factory heads on it, and the previous owner kept lifting the heads with all the boost. So he got tired of putting head gaskets in it and sold it to me for a song and a dance, pretty much. I put new head gaskets in it and drove it for a while on an 8 psi spring, and it ran great. And then I decided it could be better, so I put the aluminum heads on it and the trick flow cam, and it ran much better. But I was always plagued with some ignition issues, and I could never really figure out what that was. So the other week, I got them figured out finally, and then the car blew up on the same day. So it ran really good once. So now that there's a bunch of extra perforations in the side of the block in the oil pan where the rods decided to make their exit, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. 50% right now, put a new stock bottom end 302 in it. When I say new, I mean new to me. It's going to be a pre-owned running condition short block and stick it in there. But that's assuming I have not damaged the cam or the heads. I don't know yet. The other thing is I've got a 351 block back here and just a mild heads cam 351. I have a GT40 lower intake in there I could swap in, but again, I'm not going to do anything with this right now until I finish the Bronco. So why did this thing actually blow up? Well, I think it's several issues that kind of compounded. So the first one is this car has been boosted for many years. I've owned it for 6 years and it was boosted before that. So it's got a lot of abuse on it. The second one would be the ignition issue that I touched on. So it's had a miss for a few years, and I've done a few things to try and mitigate that and never really figured out what it was. But it was also kind of eating TFI modules for a while. I could never really figure out what was going on there. So in this latest round, when I pulled the TFI module out, it was kind of loose. And there's those 3 tabs that kind of stick up and connect into the spade connectors on the bottom of the distributor. Well, it turns out that all 3 of those connectors inside the distributor were kind of pushed over, and the tabs on the TFI module weren't making contact. Therefore, the Hall effect sensor wasn't getting all the correct information out of the distributor and into the computer. So the ignition wasn't getting good reading. It was breaking up and causing a lot of issues. So once I fixed that, it actually ran the way it was supposed to. And I think I had a little bit of boost creep. It might have seen 12 or 15 PSI in the middle of 4th gear, and it went kaboom. I don't think that the timing is aggressive in this car at all. I couldn't tell you what it is off the top of my head. I can look. And I can also tell you that the fuel mixture is a little on the fat side, so also safe there. I just really think it's been years of abuse and eventual fatigue. So that's the story on why there's now holes in the side of the block. Real quick, I guess before we move on, it does have the Brembo ATS brakes on it, the Cobra front rotors, some custom BC forged wheels. It's a 5-speed with the Tremec 3550. I had some custom seats made for it, rear disc brakes, and a little bit of a built rear end. But other than that, it's pretty much stock down to the factory paint. All right, this behemoth here. So if you are following along, I've ordered some exhaust parts. It's coming in tomorrow, so I should have some Bronco updates pretty soon. If you haven't seen this before, this is my 96 Bronco that I have stuffed a COYOTE from a 2015 F-150 in. And I'm about 90% of the way there. I just have a few little odds and ends to do. And I've made my list on a piece of cardboard here. We've got exhaust, got to fix some coolant hoses, some vacuum lines, bleed the brakes, mount the PCM in the fuse box, and then figure out an intake for it. And then it should be really close to driving. So we're, like I said, pretty close. And all in all, I'm still somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 on this whole project. So I'm very happy about that. But more to come on this pretty soon. So I just want to say that this is still a woodworking channel. My wood shop is back there, and the wood shop proceeds pay for all of this stuff. So for those of you who really couldn't care about wood stuff, just know that when I post videos like that, it's eventually going to translate into parts for the car. So that's all I have for right now. These are my vehicles that I play with on the side. And if you have any questions about either one, drop a comment and let me know what you think.